Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Very Connected podcast, where we talk about all kinds of things related to bariatric surgery. And tonight I'm being joined by some very, very special guests, the BariGirls, and Kiley will be joining us shortly. But right now we have the pleasure of having Linda with us, starting things
Hi,
out. Linda, you want to say
everyone.
hi? Wonderful. We're going to be really just kind of diving into Linda and Kylie's story and talking about what their journey's been like. They're a mother-daughter duo who kind of had surgery at different points of their lives. And really, their biggest message is just, I told Linda, it really comes from the heart, I think. I can tell. Sharing about all kinds of things on topics and education related to bariatric surgery where they share recipes, they share education, just all kinds of things. And I see there's lots of people joining us, so I definitely want to welcome all of you. Say hi. Hi, Katie. Hi, Krista. We have people joining us from, it looks like Nebraska. And let us know if wherever you guys are from, where you're coming from. If you want to let us know what surgery, if you're thinking about weight loss surgery, we'd love to know. And if you're joining on Facebook, like do the same, and I'll be checking there. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is kind of turn the stage over here to Linda for a moment and just let her start talking a little bit more in depth. I have both their bios, but I kind of wanted to just come as much from Linda and Kylie when she gets here as I can because you just have a great story.
Well, thank you. I am so excited to be able to talk with everyone, and you can see us live on here. The journey actually started with Kylie. She actually weighed 320 pounds. And she said, Mom, my knees hurt when I walk upstairs. And she was 22 years old. And she's like, I have to do something. So it was just about out of medical necessity that she was like, I'm too young for this. My knee should not be hurting. So she was the pivotal one to start this journey of healthy living, healthy eating by having the gastric sleeve. She is now 15 years out and she looks amazing. As I don't know if any of you guys see her regularly, but she is on TikTok. We're under the BariGirls. And then 5 years later, just about, I had gastric bypass. Now, my story is I'm a type 1 diabetic, which means I have to take insulin. I actually have an insulin pump. And I have been a type 1 diabetic for 30 years. I got it when I was 32. So I wanted to do everything in my power to limit any diabetic complications because you know that your eyes can go bad. You can have cardiovascular issues. You can have nerve issues. And being obese, that's one more problem to have. So I wanted to do everything in my power to limit those complications. And knock on wood, so far I have done so. And that's a testament to the education that we give as far as what you eat. I went to the diabetic eye doctor, for example, and she said, oh, I see very early beginnings of diabetic retinopathy. 6 months later, and with me eating the food that we cook at home, she was like, I don't see any signs of diabetic retinopathy anymore. I said, that can't be true. That can't be. I mean, I really wanted to cry because that's incredible that food can do that. So that just tells you the power of what food can do. And it doesn't have to be Whole Foods expensive. It doesn't have to be. And as Kylie shows you in all of her over 1,100 cooking videos and encouragement videos, um, it's possible. And you can do it too. And that's the thing. With bariatric surgery, we find that a lot of people reach out to us saying that they're stalled or they're bored. Um, and, you know, they need encouragement, just like we all do. The surgery is a tool, but from that tool, now you have to take the reins. And it's difficult, I know. That's why we're here to educate and support and push you on the bottom when you need to be pushed, to say, look, what are you doing? Are you doing the Berry High Five? That's typically, most people aren't doing all five things, because if you're doing that, then you will be successful and you will get rid of the stalls. But she was the main catalyst. And you know, she got pregnant, she gained 70 or 80 pounds, and she was able to get that off too. It took some time. And that's what you need to remember, to give yourself grace, because it took all of these years to get the weight on. It's going to take some time to get it off. So I find that a lot of people are not giving themselves grace to allow the process to happen. It's going to take some time, because it took time to get it on. So please, please remember that. Please remember. That's our dog, and I'm so upset, but that's also a good sign, because that means Kiley's here. So um
Linda,
but
you have such a great point about the time frame, because it's so easy to get impatient, and especially that first year when you see some people's weight coming off at different rates, and everybody's a little different on how the weight comes off. For me, it was 2 years, like right after surgery. Like that first year, I got off a good portion of it, but then even the second year, I was able to still take off some more. And being as far out as we are, I'm kind of similar in my story to you guys. My weight loss surgery was back in 2013. What year was Kylie's?
Kylie's surgery was
2009.
Oh, hey, Kylie.
I got to get my gloves off from weightlifting.
yeah, but it's just continue on with to say what you were going to say, because it does take time. And just like you said, it's about allowing yourself grace to lose the weight.
That's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, both of you are further out, and people love to see these kind of stories, because you give people hope. Because sometimes people say, well, what if? What if? You can't think like that. You got to just keep on the path and keep doing the things. So you talked about 5 things that is kind of like your pillars of what
The
you do.
the Berry High Five.
Are you active? Are you taking your multivitamins? Are you drinking your water? Are you eating your protein? And are you portion controlling?
Okay.
So all of those things, it's kind of like a fist. You have to, have the 5 support system to make a strong fist. So if you, focus on those things, it will work. You will not stall. We promise.
It will
You
work.
got to do all 5 though,
Hold yourself accountable.
or she will. Yeah.
She'll be your biggest cheerleader. I know that. I know. Right?
Yes. Yes. Earlier, Kylie, I had talked about what your journey was. I mean, I did tell them a little more, but if you'd like to expand on how you felt and what made you do something about your weight.
Oh, my knees and my back pain, and then the bullying throughout school. That was truly the catalyst that I needed. That was all I needed. And then when I heard about this procedure being available, I made my appointment so quickly, checked my insurance, and I said, I'm doing this because I'm ready for a change. I was so ready because of how I was being, handled, I should say, and treated from my past. And next thing you know, I'm losing 180 pounds in a year. And I'm like, where did I go?
Yeah, she was pretty tiny. She was pretty tiny. I mean, just her size clothes. We didn't know if it was her clothes or her son's clothes. So I was like, wow, who's my
Oh,
bottom
Lord.
limit?
We have somebody that's mentioned one of your magnets. They say they have a magnet with berry hive.
Yes, yes, we do.
Oh, how cute is that?
So it has all the berry high five on there. And then
Mhm.
it's just, you can pop it right on your refrigerator so you always remember.
Yeah, and we also have a keychain that they can carry it with them at all times too. Could you hand me that so I can turn it
And ladies too, there's someone that's commenting, it's on Facebook, and she says, it's Lisa, she says, it came off so fast the first few months, but these past couple months have been slowed. I've been very impatient with myself and I'm only like 6 months out. Any kind of advice that you have for her?
Well, your body's still changing. Remember that. It takes months for your body to heal after weight loss surgery. And it also takes months for you to adjust. This is very, let me tell you, one thing I tell the berries, you don't have nothing but time to get this right. So take your time with it
Mhm.
and your body will adjust. But you have to make sure you're doing your berry high five. You're going to stall throughout your whole journey.
Mhm.
And you have to make sure that your mindset is okay to know, I'm going through something right now. Let me drink a little bit more water, eat a little bit more protein, or maybe work out a skosh more, and I'll be good. Typically, you come out of it when you either drink more water, eat more protein, or get more active. So you will get through this. It just takes time. And stay off the scale.
Yeah, the scale
Good advice.
can get you discouraged.
Mhm.
So yeah, stay off the scale for a little while because it I mean, if I go to the doctor and I'm like, well, listen, I have my insulin pump, take that off because I don't want to weigh anymore. So I make sure I take off sweaters and
She
shoes.
does. She does.
I'm
If she
like,
could take off her earrings, she would. I kid you not.
I take off.
They're little studs, okay? They're not dangling.
I'm like, I make sure my purse is keys. But that's how traumatizing the
Glasses.
scale.
Yeah, glasses.
You're right. I'm gonna have to remember that. But the scale is traumatizing. That's why we suggest maybe just weigh once a week, you
Mhm.
know, and weigh this at the same time early in the morning, at the beginning of the week,
I
and
agree.
then try to focus on making sure that you're doing the very high five the
Yeah.
rest of the week.
And then also invest in a scale that counts your muscle. You know, if you invest in your, we don't care about, only you and the doctor care about your weight. So muscle mass, water intake, all those things really do matter. So I rather know that I'm gaining muscle, losing inches than losing weight. I'm gaining something from all this weight loss, which is muscle is heavy. So you, if you're lifting weights, be mindful of that because you're going to weigh a little bit more on the scale, but you will see it in your clothes. One quick reminder, nobody cares about your weight. The only people that care are you and the doctor. Everyone else cares about your measurements. Always get your tape measure and run with it because that is the most rewarding thing in this journey over that scale.
Where would you recommend measuring?
You said when,
Where?
where?
Yeah.
So
What part of the body?
definitely your waist, of course. Your neck is a good one.
Ah,
You do lose weight in your head. Your head circumference, it gets smaller. Definitely your arms, if that's a battle that you've been dealing with, your thighs, calf muscles. Calves have been a big one because I had a problem with fitting into boots. So tall boots. So I used to measure my calf to make sure that I'm like, oh, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. So those little things really do matter. And whatever you do for the ladies, don't measure your bust because we it's giving push up. Okay. So we're going to lose a little bit there, but it's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Chest press, you'll get it. I'm telling you.
You know, one thing whenever I worked for a bariatric program before I worked for ProCare, we did measurements on every patient as they came in and then did them again at different increments in time. And the chest, you know, like you said, women a lot of times would get a little bit like, oh, I lost, 5 inches or 10 inches on my bust. But if you put it into like a conceptual thought process, like in theory, you're losing not just there, because a lot of times people focus on that and they think, I'm just losing in my bust, but you're losing like everywhere else. So
Everywhere.
like your body is contouring all over. It's not just the bust is it's deflating. It's just all
Everything,
over. So it's
smaller back,
everything. It's
everything,
everything.
everything.
It looks
Yeah.
like too we have another comment. Katie says, I am pre-op about 3 months ago. How soon did you start working out? I'm in love with my infinity hoop, but I am stalling in the lose. I want to lose my bust. She wants to lose her bust, so everybody's a little different.
She said 3 months out.
She's 3 months to go. She's pre-op, so she hasn't had weight loss surgery yet.
Okay. So the best thing that you can do right now is don't lose too much and don't gain anything, because if you lose too much, you won't qualify for the surgery. I'll say that. And then if you gain too much, they will kind of like, oh, you need to lose a little weight before we do this. So be very careful in that waiting game time, because that is everything. When you go into your pre-op appointments and things like that, they are weighing you. So when you go in there, they're like, oh, you could do this on your own. Oh, no, I can't. I need help. So you have got to make sure you keep a balance. One thing you can do right now is take your multivitamin, build up your body, build that up so you can make sure your deficiency will not hit you as hard as it will, because I guarantee you it will.
Right. And that falls into play come hair loss time. Most of us lose a little bit of hair. So if you're building up your nutrients, taking your multivitamin now, you're really staying ahead of that.
Yes.
Because everybody gets traumatized over the hair loss. But
and that's really going to help you not lose as much.
Yes.
So just be careful with what you do. Be careful. Just stay in the middle. Focus on building a plan. What is something you're going to do after? What gym am I going to go to? Where is a good fitness class I can think of? Where should I go for these foods and those foods and that food?
Yeah.
So, make sure that you are thinking outside. Just think about the things that most people don't, which is, where am I going to eat? How am I going to eat? What things do I need to get beforehand to make my journey successful and easy? One thing about this, if you meal prep, it takes the stress out of your journey. It really does. I know it's a lot of work, but you have to put in work to get the surgery. You need to put in work to keep the surgery.
Right. And we've helped many people along those ways with our over 1,100 videos showing her coming in from the gym and cooking and things that you would not think of to cook.
Yeah.
And that's another problem. People get bored with what they're eating and then they start slacking off. So we've tried to put in place, dinner and eating meals so that you can, so that it's quick, it's inexpensive and delicious.
Delicious.
I want to talk a little bit about that because I think that sounds pretty cool. There's a couple comments I'm just going to mention here real quick before we jump into that. So Susan was talking about, she just measured, she said a little over a month and was so excited with the new measurements. So yeah, the measurements can be so incredible because it's not just about the weight. Jennifer says, I had my 6-month appointment, lost 58 pounds, and they said I'm killing it. So that's reassuring. That's really good. And Donna says, do the gym before is good too, helps your body be healthier. You know what? There's nothing wrong with building up a good cardiovascular system. A little bit of, right before. And it helps, I would think helps speed your healing. What would you ladies say?
I agree. I definitely agree. I will say one thing before surgery, I never thought about working out.
That's right. She did not.
I never thought about working out. And this surgery transformed. It doesn't happen often, but it transformed my mindset to where I want to work out. And I see the benefits of it. And it's such a wonderful thing to have embedded in your life, because with your children see, they mimic. And so it just keeps going. A healthy trend keeps going. What do you think, Ron?
I absolutely agree. And then it's also healthy for her and a lot of people, their mind.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that helps her mentally to de-stress. It helps her to think about new things. I mean, she's thinking about things, but it also helps her de-stress because we all have stressors and we have to have outlets. So the gym, not only does it benefit her, but it's also a de-stressor. And we often tell people, try to find a new hobby or something that will occupy your mind.
Yes.
Whether it's doing adult coloring, whether it's crocheting, whether it's gardening, you know, try to find something new to do, because that's also going to fill your mind with these positive things. So you're not always thinking about food, because trust me, I think about food when I shouldn't be thinking about food, but I'll talk myself into other things. So this is definitely a mental balancing act that we have to do as well.
Big time.
Okay. Victoria says, is it weird to not be hungry after surgery? How long would you until you start to have the hunger hormones come back? And I would say that's probably different for everyone. How about you ladies? What did you experience with that?
Yeah, you can go first.
So being 15 years post-op, my hunger pains came back around 10 to 12
months.
No, years. Oh. So I started getting those old hunger pains around 10 to 12 years. But what's crazy is that my full signals still hit differently, not in my tummy. I will growl and all of those things like, oh, am I thirsty? Am I hungry? And then I'll figure out which one. But it's more of when further along I got, I realized the changes that were happening. And I'm like, number one, weight loss really does slow down, and you do get some of those old things do come back. Cravings, things like that, they do come back. A lot of times things don't always go away. This surgery won't make everything go away. It will help guide you to the right way. And so that's one thing that I'm like, I will deal with. I've had all these years to not be hungry, but now I'm trained enough to where when I feel it, I know how to respond to it properly.
With the appropriate foods.
Exactly.
And also drinking water first, because sometimes a lot of the times, I would say 50% of the time, it's typically you're thirsty.
Yes.
You're thirsty.
Yes.
And you thought, I didn't drink any water. So it's your body trying to tell you something, but typically it's thirst. And if you know you've had lunch and then maybe some yogurt or a piece of fruit as your mid-afternoon snack, and now your stomach's like, I'm hungry, drink some water. And on that note, what is the type of water you should be drinking? Infused water.
Yes.
Because that's beneficial. Have you ever wondered why restaurants ask if you want lemon with your water? And it's because lemon, that helps start eating that fat that's in there. So that's why we suggest the infused water, which is
1 cucumber, 1 kiwi, 1 lemon, and 1 lime. You cut it all up, put it into an infused pitcher, fill it up with maybe some filtered water, which I suggest, and let it sit in the refrigerator for maybe about 12 overnight. How about that? Overnight. And then let it infuse together. You will notice you're drinking more water. Your skin is getting clear. You better have a better attitude. And a lot of times our attitude is connected to our levels in our body and how they could be off. You could be thirsty, your body. You have to be really careful with this surgery and really drinking your water.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone drinks enough water.
I know, right?
But we're suggesting the infused water because that's one way to stave off the hunger pains that are existing. And the infused water it has a whole nother layer of benefits too.
So it's 1 cucumber, 1 kiwi, 1 lemon, and 1 lime.
And just slice those up and put them in, even if you don't have just a regular water pitcher.
Yeah, regular water
pitcher will work. But it's beneficial.
So this is kind of what it looks like. You'll put the fruit and things in there, and then I put the rest of the fruit down there in the jar.
And you can go on Amazon and look around for water pitchers that are named
infused to lose.
And if I know somebody mentions being allergic to kiwi, I would say you could probably, like, you don't have to put that in. If they like strawberries, maybe they could put strawberries in or something else, right?
Yes, they could definitely do that. The staples to keep in there is the lemon and the cucumber. the lemon and the cucumber. The lime is a wonderful bonus. I prefer you to keep it in there, but you don't have to keep the kiwi in there. The kiwi is just really, I tend to eat it much more than put it in there, really. So, but it's really good for your bloodstream. It's really good for, you know, your body and things like that.
So just a pitcher full,
a gallon.
oh, okay, a gallon.
Mhm.
Gallon.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Let's get into talking about what you guys are doing with the whole recipe thing overall. I want to know, like, for one thing, you're doing some shows locally, right?
Yes. Yes. On that note, we're practicing our script as we speak.
Yeah, we're going to be in the studio on Friday. So,
And sometimes we go live, but what we do is we'll take, if she's not creating a recipe, we'll take recipes that someone else has created, but we make it healthier for you. So, you know, instead of the typical mayonnaise, we'll use vegan mayonnaise
or Greek yogurt
or vegan butter.
Yeah.
And we'll hype it up with a little bit of
spices with the nicest.
Yes, that.
So what does a normal day look like then? Like what kind of foods would you tell me each of you individually? Because probably your diets are maybe like a little bit different.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Well, I still love scrambled eggs, and I'll have like a half a piece of toast because I can eat more than she can for some reason. I mean, she can eat minimals to this day, and I can eat more than her. But I love turkey bacon when it's super crispy. I mean, I'll have a small bowl of some bran flakes because I enjoy that, and throw a couple of raisins in. So it's about the portion. So it's bran flakes.
She can eat cereal, basically.
Yeah.
She can eat cereal. I can't.
Yeah, because it's mixing
water and solid.
Yeah.
I mean
liquid and solid, and she can't do it. Me, I'm good. I can do it. But it's also about portion control. And tell them what you.
And then typically she'll have lunch of the leftovers that I would make for dinner. And so that's smart because she'll know exactly what she's eating, and she's getting a good source of protein and veggies and things like that. For me, 1 to 2 hard-boiled eggs in the morning, depending on the
turkeys.
Yes, my turkey sausage.
She loves turkey sausage.
Yes, I do. I need Tyson's in my life. Okay. So with that, the turkey sausages, I love those because each one is 5 grams of protein. And so I take 2 in the morning, boom, 10 grams of protein down right there. And so then I move on, depending on what time of day it is. I eat lunch very early. So around maybe about 11:30. Yeah, 11:30. Because after 1, my body is it doesn't like to have food, I should say. And it's used to having food when after gym class.
Yes.
So it stays empty from maybe about 12 to all the way until about 4?
Yeah.
4:30.
Yeah. And then she'll have a snack. And she also carries what I know, cashews or almonds. So that's a go-to protein snack for her, especially because she, has to be able to not pass out at the gym. So, she's got to have her protein. So she makes sure that she has nuts, and she munches on them prior to the gym as well.
And then for dinner, I would make, for example, turkey burgers. I would go to the salad bar, get the vegetables I want, and then because I can control, and it saves a lot of money.
Yes, go to the salad bar to get your veggies. You can get a variety, and it saves money. I mean, that's one of the things that we cook very often.
And you can play around with your vegetables too. If you're not used to trying something, maybe you can try it and not spend buy the whole bag of it.
That's right.
But I would get the salad bar ingredients, and then I would put it with the turkey, ground turkey. Also, I would use nutritional yeast to get more protein in. And so I would probably put in about a good 6 tablespoons of that. 3 tablespoons gives you 8 grams of protein. I typically put in about 6 for that whole thing.
Tell them where you learned about nutritional yeast, because I had never heard of it. I am twice her age, and I've never heard of it. So
I was reading.
Someone says they have no salad bar there.
Well, if you have no salad bar, try your best to find the smallest possible veggie. That's what I would do. So the smallest bell pepper, the smallest this, and go for the vegetables that have the most bang for its buck. For example, the red bell peppers are the healthiest because they stay on the vine the longest.
Yes.
So you would go with red bell peppers. Well, cucumbers provide you with 96% water. That can add hydration. Those are good slices of cucumbers. I can enjoy that with some tuna. Right there.
Yeah.
You know, so getting really creative, thinking of the vegetables that are really going to benefit me and give me those nutrients and vitamins that I typically don't get.
Right. And so in regard to the nutritional yeast, where do you typically purchase that?
I get it at Whole Natural Grocers, Whole Foods, places like that. And I buy it in bulk. And it's basically a vegan cheese substitute. It's really delicious. And it melts very well. It mixes well. It's really good.
It actually looks like Parmesan cheese. That's what it looks. Parmesan cheese flakes is what nutritional yeast looks
It's
like.
just yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, but it gives you, you're sneaking that protein in, and you know, if you're getting your 60 to 80 grams of protein a day, you're gonna not stall. Plus the other very high five items do, but it's just great ways to sneak in protein by sprinkling that on your salad, or
Even if you want to indulge in popcorn.
sprinkle it on your popcorn. That's so true.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yes, I love it. And I'm slowly getting my kid off of cheese because of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So because you work out, well, do both of you work out, or is it just Kiley?
She swims.
I swim because I don't like working out. It's official. I've said it out loud, but I do love to
I
swim.
love the truth.
I love to swim because it's low impact, and I just really enjoy it, and it's very relaxing to me.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. And my son enjoys it with her.
Yeah.
So that's good grandma and grandbaby time.
Yes, it is. I enjoy it.
But me, I work out 6 days a week, an hour each day. I weight lift 3 times a week, and then I do boxing twice a week. In between that, I might sneak in a HIIT class or a boot camp class. And then I got back into step on Sundays. So step class is really coming back. Let's go.
Do you feel like adding those classes, your nutrition has changed because of that?
Yes, I've upped my protein about 20 more grams because my body's getting used to what I was doing. And so now that I've changed it up, in about 2 weeks, I've seen that I've lost and toned more of my back muscles, and I've toned more of my arms and my legs, and I'm eating more protein to compensate what I am wanting to gain and lose.
And again,
that's helpful because it is hard. Like when you're a bariatric patient. Were you going to say something, Linda?
Oh, again, though, but you know, we have to find something that is beneficial and that we love. Yeah. And she's incorporated both of these things. But even if you just go in your own house and walk up the staircase 10 times,
and lunges on the stairs and tricep dips on the stairs.
You don't have to go out to the gym.
True.
You can walk up and down your block or just in your house. But there's no excuse. So you worked so hard to get this surgery, so hard. And the doctor gave you the tool. Now it's your turn to use the tool. And that's what we're here to help you with. That's why we have all the videos on TikTok. That's why we have the website. And you can even do consult
rejuvenations with us. You can do it with mom or myself. A lot of people have benefited from those, and they feel like, oh my goodness, I feel like I can actually do this now. I was so lost and confused on what to do and what to eat. It's nice to speak to someone that's been there and that can really give it to me raw and give me the tools that I need again to be successful.
Yes.
There is a comment that I would love, and I'm going to show them how to get a hold of. We're going to switch over screens, and I'm going to show them your website. so they can see exactly what you guys are talking about with your rejuvenation. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. In the meantime, I do want to say, Annette says this is a great episode. She loves swimming too. And there's a comment that I want to hit on because I feel like maybe some other people might benefit from answering this. Victoria says, I'm worried about getting enough carbs and sugar after surgery. I'm pre-diabetic, and if it gets low, I get shaky. Can you talk about how that went for you?
Well, I still have low blood sugars, and matter of fact, I had one right before I was talking to you when
Yeah.
when I said, "Oh, I need to grab something," and I had to grab something with sugar. Me and the glucose tablets have become one. So, because I find that I do have a lot more lows since I don't eat as much. So, using the glucose tablets or putting a little straight sugar under your tongue, because anything under your tongue absorbs quickly if you have a super low blood sugar, because
Yeah.
I've had to do that.
Not fake sugar.
It
has to
yeah,
be
it has to
real
be
sugar.
real, and then that'll absorb
Yeah,
quickly.
it
Just
will.
just a teaspoon, and then it'll bring your blood sugars back up.
And
So
the reason why I say no fake sugar is because your body typically, bariatric body doesn't like that. And typically it doesn't know what to do with it. So it'll store it as fat, to be honest with you. With your regular sugar, your body knows exactly what to do with it. It knows exactly where to send it, and it can get the job done. It gets the job done. Now you might have a little dumping later, but it's okay. You're upright and you no low blood sugar.
yeah, at least you don't have a low blood sugar, man.
So you have
Bad people.
experience with that. I do. It looks like Susan also is mentioning, and I like this comment too. She says she has type 2 diabetes, which is different, of course, from type 1. But she said, I found that getting my carbs from veggies and some yogurt and whole foods has been enough to keep my blood sugars pretty stable. I would say mixing your like eating the types of sugary foods like are carbs. I'm going to call them carbs. The
Yes.
types of carbs can make a difference, and balancing
Mhm.
that out with the protein can actually stabilize your blood sugar for longer periods of time, right?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Every time. Every time.
And it says my issue was getting low blood sugars is that I dump with regular sugar, so it's a struggle. Yeah, I get it. Like, and maybe just being aware if you do have low blood sugars, maybe having a certain eating pattern or making sure you have certain types of snacks with you so that when you
Yes,
feel it starting to
you
come
have
on,
to.
would you say?
I absolutely have to. And one of the reasons why I choose the glucose tablets is because they're easy to chew. I know exactly how many grams I'm getting so that I won't overeat. And at least it absorbs better so I don't feel full as opposed to
Yes.
me eating food to bring my blood glucose up.
Yes.
So I would suggest just keeping the glucose tablets handy. That way, you know
I agree.
how many carbs you're getting and you won't overdo it. So, I mean, someone that's had this for 30 years, it doesn't get easier. It's always a challenge. And sometimes it's a mental stressor for me because there's not a moment of the day that I don't think about my, excuse me, my blood glucose levels or my insulin pump going off saying, hey, you're low or you're headed high. It's a delicate balancing act, but not being obese is
Yes.
one less thing I have to stress about.
Yeah. And probably, would you say your blood sugars are better managed now
I'm sorry.
since you've
I'm so sorry. The dog is harassing me right now.
I can see it. I can see the
Oh,
paw. I love it. Oh, so sweet.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. What was your question? Because the Australian dingo here. Show the
Oh,
pup.
they said to show the puppy.
Oh, he'll love it.
I don't even know.
You see how
Oh,
big
how
his ears are?
sweet. Oh,
Andrew, Mia, see, look right there.
oh, how
Look at
cute
the
is
camera.
that?
Look at the camera.
He was supposed to be a chihuahua. That's not a chihuahua. That's not a chihuahua, Brenda.
He's the Berry Hive mascot, by the way.
It looks like people know his name is Benjamin.
Yes, they do. That's
Yes.
the Berry Hive. Yes, they know he's the mascot.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want to make sure before I do that, though, I'm going to click on real quick to make sure we're on your site. before we go there. So one tiny second.
Of course. Let me get some.
So for those of you who are watching right now, or if you're listening to the replay at a later time, I'm copying and pasting in the BariGirls website, and then we're going to go there here. Share my
Adrian,
screen.
stop. You are like a child.
Whoops. That's my email. That's my notes. Here we go. I have it all pulled up. I have so many screens open. Okay. So here is the BariGirls website, these beautiful ladies here. And they have, if you go to the shop button, and I actually have it pulled up. Let me see. I have this shop button. When you go there, you're going to see all different kinds of options. Down the page just a tiny bit, I actually pulled up the link that says the BariGirls Berry High Five Chat. There's a Berry High Five Chat for $60 if you want to chat with these girls. And then we also have the BariGirls Bariatric Lifestyle Rejuvenation 1 week. Have you talk about both of these?
So let's talk about the chit chat. The chit chat is basically me listening to your problems, me understanding where you're coming from, your perspective. And it also lets me know what type of mindset that you're approaching the surgery with. And it helps me kind of, how can I say it, educate and transform or morph your mindset into, wait, that's what I'm supposed to do? Oh, I can do that, or I can do that. And it's just giving you the tools you need from someone that's been there. That's the coaching there. And then I go through a lot of other things. I send them questions so I can ask, so I can answer those prior, so I can know what's your surgery, when did you have it, things like that. And those have been such a wonderful thing for berries that I just had one yesterday and the day before. And they are just like, I feel like a different person. I feel like I can conquer this journey. And I'm so grateful for you. And I will be signing up for your coaching, your rejuvenation, and that's the point. I want you to feel like you can at least take it and run with it. But as long as you have that tool, I'm like, I can always go back to my list of what me and Barry Mother talk about, what we did this, what we did that. And that's why I push in my coachings to make sure you come with a pen and paper, because you're going to need to take notes. And these notes are essential to your journey. The coaching is wonderful. Now, the rejuvenation, you give me every day. Every day. So I am calling you every day, checking on you every day, making sure that you are holding yourself accountable, and also applying the things that I'm telling you and showing you, just applying them to real life, your real life. We cook together live. So we we Zoom, and I cook with them, and all different things that show different foods, how to do this, how to do that, how to eat, how to use your Berry Eats kit properly. And we just really go into depth on your whole journey and where you want to go and what you want to do and what you have to do to get there.
Yeah, and Brenda, one of the things I did not mention was the Berry Eats kit. It's a portion controlled plate and bowl. And we go another step further where we have portion controlled spoons and forks.
Mm-hmm.
And that will force you to eat slower, because you can only get a small amount on that fork, but it will make you stop and slow down a bit, because I was always a fast eater. And this just makes me think about what I'm doing. And then, of course, the portion, only putting a certain amount in the bowl and the plate, is another helpful tool to help you with your portions. And they look special.
And it's like, don't touch my spoon or fork.
Yeah.
Don't touch my golden spoon or fork. That's mine.
I love it. Let's see, there might be a couple comments here. Katie says, I would definitely love to get the Berry Eats kit even before surgery. It's kind of I mean, it really is practicing those smaller portions, and your mind can be so tricky. Like if we see that the plate is full, even though it's small, it feels like a full plate,
Yes.
And Carrie says, is it true that you go to your lowest weight and then gain about 10 pounds and maintain there?
Yes, you can. If you lose too much, your body's going to naturally try to balance itself out. So you don't want to look like Skeletor, you know. You don't want to look like you're just gaunt and just sick, but that your body is doing what it needs to do to balance out. It doesn't mean that you're gaining massive weight. You will not be the same person again, I promise. But your body needs to balance out in order to maintain and be healthy for you. So you don't overindulge in things, or you don't lose too much weight, and next thing you know, you're in the hospital because of just dehydration, malnourishment.
Yeah.
So allow your body to gain that. I mean, I instead of looking at it as in gaining weight, turn it into muscle. Turn it into muscle. Go build up those quads and those hamstrings and the back muscles and things like that. Turn it into muscle so you will not feel like you're gaining weight, you know. And it's a mindset thing. You have to continue to tell yourself, be positive. I'm gaining, I'll gain, but it's okay. I'm always losing. I'll never be the same person again.
That's right. I love that.
I love that too. I also want to mention, because it's about how your weight is distributed out. And again,
Yes.
muscle it has a different look than fat. So, you know, a pound of muscle is going to look a lot different than a pound of fat. Ladies, we're getting ready to tie things up. Tell us in summary some things that you like, your recommendations, and kind of a summary of bariatric life for you.
Well, my life, it just entails it's all things BariGirls. I'm 62, by the way, and but my life entails answering questions, updating the website, finding the best things as a bariatric patient. So I eat, sleep, and drink bariatric life, and and if you're focusing on yourself, you too will eat, sleep, and drink it, because you're trying to do the best thing with the tool that you've been given. So I just always, every meal, I'm trying to make the right choice, not only for my bariatric life, but also for my blood glucose number, to make sure everything stays in alignment. I think that's one of the reasons why I've been fortunate as a type 1 diabetic. It's because of the surgery, and because that I eat the right things too. Absolutely.
So proud of you. So for me, I probably bleed bariatric. I think so. I think I bleed bariatric. So one thing with this is that I want you berries to remember, like I said earlier, you have nothing but time to get this right. Remember the reason you got this surgery. Remember your why. And remember, it's not just about losing weight. It's about staying alive.
Yes.
And the fact that you have gotten your life back, just take it one day at a time.
Yes.
Nothing happens overnight. It takes time to get there. You're going to gain, you're going to lose. We're women, that's how it is. And, you know, we have to keep that in mind.
Yes.
You're on medication, you may gain. So it's just because we have weight loss surgery doesn't stop what Mother Nature from doing what it needs to do. So,
right. And then remember, it's women.
Yes, as women.
It just, you know, we don't lose as quickly as a man, but
yes. And a couple of more things. I want to make sure that you guys remember how strong you are. Remember who you are. Look in the mirror and remind yourself, who are you? You are the person that got the surgery, that wanted it so bad, and now you're here. You made it. You made it. Just stay strong. Nothing stays the same. And you will always, always have people around you that have had more experience and that will help guide you. Just reach out. It's okay. I didn't have that, but you have that with us. So we love what we do. You guys know how crazy I am about this lifestyle. So I want to make sure that you guys aren't as crazy as I am, but you are very much motivated to keep going and going and going, because that's the only thing that has kept me going, is this tool, knowing that I have a good advantage over losing weight than most.
And she's 30.
I'm 38, by the way. I'll be 38 on Sunday.
That's awesome. I think that you guys are inspiring people of all ages because Donna's asking, she says she's 60 and so much more work than older, but not
Mhm.
necessarily. I mean, maybe in some ways, but it can start anywhere, you know. Um,
Yes, yes. That I mean, and great things happen at any age, and you're wherever you are, that's where you're just gonna start.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it's
And
okay.
it's okay as long as just know that you are not alone. You really are not alone.
Mhm.
We are totally here for you, and
Yes.
we want you to be happy and happy as and healthy as we are.
Correct.
It is contagious. Health is contagious. Being healthy can be contagious.
Yes. And and I've come across bariatric bullies, and so has she. So, and it can be your what TikTok name? It can be your family, it can be friends, it can be your neighbor. So what you can say to them is, if I don't have this surgery, are you going to be the one changing my depends? Because I'm
oh,
too unhealthy to not do it myself.
it doesn't look like Kylie's going to be doing it, right? She's like they're laughing.
I'm gonna make sure her joints are still working to where she can squat and do that and
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
not going to be a problem, right?
No, but there's bariatric bullies to this day that someone would say, "You cheated." I'm like, well, how is getting healthy cheating? Please tell me that.
Oh my goodness.
and I say, if I cheated, well, I must have passed. Then I like the way I cheated. Then it was great cheat. It worked for me. This cheat worked for me.
Oh, you guys are making me laugh. I'm going to share your socials. So I'm going to jump on real quick because there's people asking about those. So if you're listening, just know I'll tell you how to get to these spots. Also, if you're listening to the replay, these links will be in our um, description, and I'm going to be sending them here in the chat box here very shortly. On Instagram, you're known as the BariGirls. So the BARI girls, all one word. And look at this. Kylie, you're so cute. Look at this. We have all kinds of fun little snippets. I can tell you just go to work on that. And then we have TikTok. It takes my computer just a few seconds. I have to be patient with myself. It's also the BariGirls. And lots of fun little videos here, catch up with. Also on YouTube, we have BariGirls just by itself. And looks like you have some cooking videos on there too as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very good, healthy, family friendly recipes to where you don't feel left out, but you still feel like, oh, I benefited from that. I'm great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, some of these look so good. And then the website. So I'm going to link all of those. And also, these girls are affiliates of ProCare Health, and they use the ProCare Health products. So tell us what kind of products are your favorites.
ProCare for BariCare.
Well, my favorite is the capsules with iron, and
yes, she likes the one a day ones.
Yeah, I like the capsules. Sometimes she does with the chewables. She goes with the what are the other ones called that you? It's these. Yeah,
these are my favorite. Oh my goodness, you guys! You guys, these things remind me of Starburst. So I just really let me tell you how excited I get about these. So I just shake it up and then I close my eyes and I just dump one in there and I'm like, whichever one my eye lands on first, I grab it and I eat it. But you get two of these. Now I'm not gonna lie, I tend to have more than two, just three, because they're so good. But they're really a good. They have cranberry, mango orange, and cherry lime. All of them.
And if they use our code, BariGirls.
Yes,
you'll get a discount.
You'll get your discount. And I'm telling you, buy big. Here's the thing. ProCare is one of the good companies that I just talked about yesterday. Remember this. What do, y'all? Send you samples.
That's right.
That is the best thing for us berries to try it before we buy it.
Yes.
So lean towards the sample. Check out the sample. Oh, okay. I think I like this one. I'll order my multivitamin.
And I like that ProCare is very cost effective.
Yes.
As far as vitamins, we know we need them. We have to have them. We don't want to have to skip a meal to get our vitamins. And these are very cost effective.
Yes.
Once you check it out on ProCare now,
yes,
then you'll see what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you, you guys, hey, I'm just fine. ProCare for BariGirls.
And if you use BariGirls, you get the 10% off your order. I'm going to show them how to go there. So it's ProCare. You can use the link that I just pasted in the comment section that goes directly to ProCare, but you can also do procarenow.com. And the code is Bari, B-A-R-I, girls, Girls, all one word, not case sensitive. And we have a special promotion that you can use that same code and get some additional free stuff. So if I go to the ProCare Now website, this is kind of cool. It's mocktails week or month. I hate when that happens. Let me go back here. It's on our banner whenever you first get to the ProCare site. Gin and tonic day, free 30 count bag of lime calcium chews with any order over $25. And that ends today. So it was 410 through 49 through 410. Yeah, our little banner, it'll keep scrolling. But let's see, maybe I can get it back with us here. So available 49 through 410. So basically you just go in under products, under calcium, you pull up the mocktails, you add them to your cart, and then you add in $25 worth of other products. You also want to add in the BariGirls code to get your 10% off. And there you have it. You have all kinds of free stuff. Now, the free sample that these girls were just talking about at the very top of the screen is this blue bar, and it says interested in a free sample on the ProCare website. And if you click there, you just basically put in your information.
And who does that? No one else is doing that. And that's what you have to take advantage of. This is a great opportunity, and not just because we work with ProCare, but we know it works. We don't support or promote anything that does not work for the bariatric life.
Yes. I mean, like I always say, your journey is everything. And the last thing you want to do is throw up a multivitamin. So it's best to find a multivitamin that's going to work with your belly. And out of all of those options, I'm pretty sure you will find one, especially with just trying it before you buy it.
Yes. It's super, super cool.
But hey,
super cool.
That deal is pretty good.
Oh, I love that.
That was a surprise for us. Look, I want to purchase.
It's so funny. Oh, God. I love that.
Oh, so cute. And thank you guys all for all the love that everybody's sending us. There's people just really thanking you ladies for being here with us.
Well, we so appreciate being a part of this. And one day we'll have our own show and then we can just rock it.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm going to have to either come and visit you guys or you guys are going to have to come and visit me because we're not too far apart. I mean, they're in Kansas City. Yes.
Yes.
4 hours.
And the ProCare office is St. Louis. I'm south of there about an hour and a half, but we could meet. Or I could just, like I said, I've been wanting to come to Kansas City anyway someday. So
no cheats, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
thank you again for this opportunity,
everybody.
Brenda.
Do a meetup in KC. Oh,
yeah. Oh, girls, maybe this is a thing. Should we do it?
I think yes.
We should.
I think we should.
I think we should.
We need to get more conversations going. Yeah.
Oh, let's get to talking. Let's give a talk. Let's have a talk.
Thank you guys all for joining. I truly appreciate it. And we do support you and we are walking with you. Don't feel alone.
You make sure you love yourself enough to make a change. Okay. You're already doing it. So keep doing it. Yes.
So true. So true. And check out their offers on their page because that support is so incredible. And check out their all of their different places where you can find them on Instagram and TikTok, BariGirls. So thank
Yes.
you all. You've been so much fun. I love your energy. We may have to do this again.
Yes.
And everybody,
Anytime.
yes. And this time I'll try to get the time right. So
Oh,
sorry about
It's
that,
fine.
Kylie.
My trainer put away my weights for me and I was out that door. It's fine. We're good.
thank you,
Oh,
Brenda.
Lord.
So appreciate you guys.
Okay. Well, everybody have a good night. Throwing you kisses, throwing your little doggy a kiss, and bye everybody on the
Bye
call. We love
bye.